start the recording just in case there's something that I did.
Recording in progress.
It helps me to be able to refer later if there's like some questions that I didn't answer, and I like, maybe I can revisit this and I can okay, let me just reply some stuff here. Okay, just to let the students know they're coming. Okay, so for the goal for the VA agency, okay, I don't spend so much time on what we're going to do first, but we want to know like what is the goal, what is the outcome. Okay, so what will happen? What do you want to happen? Like, why is the reason you start VA agency? Is it a financial goal, or is it like, what is the reason behind that? Um, if we do not have a strong enough why, uh, chances of us being successful or chances of the goal being realized is actually lower. So this is why usually I'll ask like why, and a lot of career related questions are usually like income related. So it's like, oh, I saw this person, he or she have an agency, digital marketing agency, and they are doing 7 figures a year. So that is why I want to do that. Okay, so if that's like the main reason, and the reasons don't need to be too many. One good reason sometimes is more than enough. Okay, so let me read. Financial freedom and want to be able to provide help to other people who were in the shoes. Okay, so financial freedom and want to help others, which is number one. So I'll just share a little. Like for me, when I start this program, financial is number two, helping is number one. I can say that and I can do that because I got money to fund this business. Because when we start a business, okay, so here's a career advice and business advice that I wish somebody had told me in my early 20s. Okay, uh, okay, let me allow John to join. Okay, so let me see if John's working. Then I'll answer. I'll continue with the advice just to make sure John can hear us. I think maybe in the email I will have to write next time. Hey, if it's possible, join with the audio on. It will make it much more easier. Okay, but if you type very fast, it's fine. Okay, I'm not sure if John can hear us because here it seems like yeah, I'm not sure if John can hear us. Okay, John, not sure if you can hear us because I don't see the audio here. Yeah, you see, John probably has some connection problem or something. All right, so the advice that I wish somebody who had gave me when I started my first business, or preferably before I started my own business, is the worst time to start a business is when you need money. Okay, so the worst time to start a business is when you need money, because to start a business, you need a lot of work done. You need to set up the website, you need to do sales, you need to do marketing, you need to deliver the service, you need to make sure the customer service is okay, you need to make sure the suppliers are happy, the customers are happy, the staff is happy. So most business owners end up working 12 or 16 hours a day instead of 8 hours. So I wish somebody told me that earlier, because I'm a person who don't mind working long hours, but I didn't know I actually need a lot of capital to make the business work. So the worst time to start a business is when you need money, because you need to dump in a lot of money to make the business work. Else you can't advertise. Else you cannot acquire customers. You cannot advertise. There's a lot of things we can't do. So yeah, the worst time to start a business is when we need money. It's it's a very common misconception that, hey, I started a business because I see everybody who have a business is very, very wealthy, very, very successful. So I do the same thing. Okay, so what we are observing are the survivors, and Vincent can double check and say, hey, that was the truth last time. Because Vincent is one of the people who know me for more than 10 years. So he know me like last time. So why I mentioned that is because career advice, business advice, if you're considering starting a business, here's the advice that I wish somebody told me when I was early in my 20s. The worst time to start a business is when you need money because you need to spend a lot of money to hire people. You need to spend money before the money comes in. Most of the time, the money, the, the more you can spend upfront, the more time you can buy, the more speed you can buy. Most business are very lucky to break even on the first year. So if you're going to start your virtual assistant agency, okay, if you're building your virtual assistant agency, here's the question: who gets paid first? Is the business owner getting paid first, or is the freelancer getting paid first? The freelancer, the virtual assistant, actually get paid first. If there is anything left, then the business owner can get the profits. The business owner, we get paid the last. So don't start a business if you need money. All right. So hey, let me check the webcam. I saw Coach Ricky here. Hello, Ricky. Hello, hello. Long time no see. Hello. Oh, is Ricky sick? He can't get on camera? Or is this a different Coach Ricky? That would be very weird. Okay, so let me just welcome Amina, just joined us. Ray just joined us. Ryan just joined us. Okay, so if this is the first time joining us, we have weekly meetups. Everybody is here. It says cannot unmute. Wow, seriously? Okay, that will be so weird here. Okay, why I say it's weird is because this is the first time I'm using a a, a public link, so there might be some settings that I'm not aware of. Hi, Ricky.
Hello. Okay,
Okay,
I think you change some setting allow me to unmute.
yeah, I manually press that because usually it doesn't need to. That is not the original setting. So maybe this new way of creating the meeting, there is some setting that I need to fix. Okay, so
Okay.
allow me to introduce you, Coach Ricky.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
I will introduce
Uh
because here we have a lot of
did I
people.
miss an hour?
No, no, we just started.
Oh, you just
We
okay,
just started.
great.
All right. So allow me to introduce Ricky. Because we have a lot of people who never seen Ricky before. I mean, I think half of the people here they are new to the session. Right. So these weekly sessions, all freelancers will meet, and most of them are my students. So they'll be asking me some questions, and I'll be answering I'll be answering their questions. So the benefit is you get to see that you're not the only person facing the problems. Because freelancer problems, it's always these three areas: how to get clients, how to do the work, how to get paid. Okay, I'm not here to teach how to do your graphic design, how to write the copywriting, how to do your consultation. You will be the area of expertise. I'm just here to share with you the things that I did that allow me to increase, to charge higher prices, basically to have a better freelance life. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
okay, let's see what did I just did. I just messed something up. I think if we are using talking head and no screen share, I think this mode is better. I'm actually
So
recording in OBS.
Vincent can unmute, but I cannot before.
Oh, okay.
Wait, if you can hear me,
Yes, Vincent, we can hear you.
okay, then I can unmute.
Okay, so let me give Ricky a short introduction. So feel free to correct me because it has been some time that we haven't touched base. So Ricky was previously is an engineer. He's a very very tech person, and he saw some stuff that he didn't really agree with the company. So he's like, hey, I want to be my own boss. I want to be my own consultant. Or
Entrepreneur seizure,
yeah. Everybody will catch this like, hey, no, I want to be my own boss and stuff like that. Okay, so Ricky left the company, started on his own. So for the first period, I can't remember how long, but it was at least a few months where Ricky really struggled to get customers, get paid, even when he want to charge a certain price, he was getting a lot of maybe we don't want to buy it now, a lot of buying resistance. Okay, he got a lot of buying resistance, but he did something. After that, some things that he did, the same people that he tried to sell to, the same clients, last time when he approached them, they do not want to reply him. Now they actually like, hey, can you help us? So the tables almost like flip. Okay, so now the last time that I checked with Coach Ricky, he went from I'm so doubtful of myself, like can I actually do this on my own? Should I actually go and submit for another job? Until now he gets to do the thing that he's then a specialist in. Okay, his niche is so specialized until I don't even know how to describe it. Okay, so maybe Coach Ricky can describe it for us.
Oh, it's just one software called PI, and it store data from sensors to a database. And I have experience on that one database for 10 years. And then now I have more experience because I get clients and use the software as well. And
So
the
just in case you
table,
hear
okay.
Ricky have 10-year experience and you a bit, I don't have 10 years, like forget 10 years, I don't even have 10-month experience.
Yeah.
Would that still be a problem? Not a problem. Just don't expect to charge what Coach Ricky is charging. You will take some time to learn a few things, all right? We have to learn
Well,
a few things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my advice when you don't have experience is you get the experience, you work for somebody that has the experience that you want.
Yep. Actually, I think that's good advice because when I started out in 2015, I started out as a freelancer on Fiverr. Back then I don't know what is virtual assistant, but I was doing the job of a virtual assistant. So back then, when I started on Fiverr, what I did was I see what are people buying. Then I follow the money. Okay? The problem with that is you keep chasing what is selling, what is the flavor of the month, what is the hot trend. You keep chasing things, you never really develop enough experience, enough depth in a certain industry or a certain medium. So that was my shiny object syndrome. I keep chasing, hey, what is the thing that people want to buy now? It's not like I didn't make money, I made a little, almost enough to survive, which means not enough to survive. Okay, it wasn't until I got help, I like, hey, how do this freelancing thing actually work? Then my life start to improve a little. Okay, so Ricky's advice I can vouch for. If you don't have advice, if you don't have experience, find someone who can show you this is how these things are done. Okay, that will be a good starting point. The alternative is go and take a course from somebody who have a course that has successfully produced people who are able to do a specific thing. Okay, I will use copywriting as an example. I don't know why I get a lot of people who are digital marketing related or copywriting or marketing related.
I'm the only one that is not.
Yeah, Ricky, you're almost the odd one here. Yeah, you're almost the odd one here. So
I don't know how I find you. Maybe from Anthony, right? So
no, Copy Academy. They're not.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I joined a month and I quit.
Yeah, you joined that time. I was the co-host there. Yeah, actually, throughout the whole Copy Academy existence, I was their co-host, one of their co-hosts there. Then Antoine had his own program. That's why me, you, Max, and Bar, the whole group of us, we actually got to spend more time there, learning from Antoine. Okay, yeah, so that's how I got to know Ricky, by the way. Okay, so Ricky, maybe you can share with us like what have you changed the price last time before you went to HTC and after
I changed from 3,000 a month Canadian
$3,000 a month. Okay.
Yeah, to $20,000 a month.
So from 3 to 30, 10 times increase.
20, 20,000.
Or 3,000 to 20,000.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 times. Sorry. 7 times. I heard 30,000. Sorry. Okay, so
maybe you like the 30,000 number more.
Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking about always 10 times. My standards are very high. It's always 10. But in my email or in my ads, I write double. Actually, in my ads, I don't even write double. You can't write income disclaimers on Facebook. But in the email, I write double.
Yeah, after, you know, I can almost guarantee you guys, if you guys are working full time and make the money, you might not have time to come here.
Yeah. It's very weird because outside of our community, if you tell people double your income a year, people think you're crazy. But also very funny, if you go at a high level, you tell people you double every year, people also think you're crazy. But
yeah,
everybody's doing 5 times, 4 times.
You know, I think 30,000 is doable, but my brand and then my power of social media influence has to be higher. So yeah.
There'll be a few things, small changes that you will need to make. It's probably not a very big change. I mean, if I
just add a zero.
I just add a zero. Actually, I have a question for you, and maybe probably Vincent will have a question for you as well. The work that you do when you were charging 3,000 and when you were charging 20,000, how different was the work? Very similar?
There's no different except the value.
So you're doing the same work, but you're charging 7 times higher.
Except the client didn't see the value, and the client versus the client see the value.
Okay, so basically the work that you do, the hours that you spend, it's the same. It's the same. It's just how we communicate what we do that change how people see your work. So the same thing, if you look at it a different way, if you communicate it differently, the value will be different. Okay, so this is the big like aha moment. I almost never say I almost didn't say anything about changing what you do. Most of the time, I'm just saying, hey, you're a graphic designer, stick to graphic designer, no problem. I'm not here to change what you do. It's just yeah. It's just
sometimes
a little communication. Yes.
When I think back, right, my client couldn't even see the value of doing all the work that I tell him, right? The first client. And then this client already see the value. And then when I talk to him, he approached me because he know I can help him to get to that value. Right? So that's the difference.
And here's advice that everybody can apply. Let's say you're a freelancer. You want to find ways for other people to start the conversation with you. You want other people to approach you. Because when you approach people, you are the salesperson. But when other people ask for your help, you are the expert. So you can do the same thing, but you get paid very, 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 very differently. All right, Vincent, I believe you have a question for Ricky.
I think the question that I had for Ricky was during the last time when Ricky shared something on his journey from being a technical guy in a corporate world to become starting your own business and how you increase your pay by sevenfold, like what you said just now. So I think after the meeting, actually, I tried to connect with Jay to try to get him to ask your questions, like because I'm naturally from sales, so I'm not a very technical guy. So I'm the opposite of him. So instead of having the technical backgrounds and go into sales, I'm now from sales and I'm trying to go into the more so-called technical areas. So what kind of advice would you give me? So let's say if the scenario is in this such scenario instead of the other way around, like you advise me the same.
I have the technical knowledge, so I share the things that I share on social media will be very technical, and then I attract a lot of technical people in my channel. And I think if you know the sales side and you can, I guess, if you know the sales side, then you know the value, right? So if you know the value, then you can share the things that you see value, and then you attract the people, the sales maybe to your channel, and then you become the person that is higher than the sales that is under you, like who follow you, that's I think you are what you attract. Like you naturally attract the people who are similar to you. So, and I also notice when I work for my client, he's very similar to me. He's also technical, actually. He started technical. So yeah, just like I don't chase client now, but I share, I grow my social media follower in LinkedIn, and you can pick one, right? I suggest you pick one, you start one, and then if it doesn't work, then after I don't know half a year to a year, then you switch to another one. But like there are signs that like it's not this. Like I picked in LinkedIn because I think LinkedIn is best for my niche, but could be Facebook, could be Instagram, right? So I think J is more like Facebook, right? So
okay, first I'll agree LinkedIn is the best for freelance, for
yeah.
consultant or coach. I think LinkedIn is the best because on LinkedIn everybody is mostly thinking about career. I don't use Facebook that much. I just run ads on Facebook. And recently I run ads on Facebook.
Why you share things in Facebook then? I don't use Facebook.
I don't use Facebook a lot, to be honest. I have to use Facebook because now I'm in a coaching program. So we have to be coachable. They ask us to use Facebook. Actually, I asked them the question. Hey, frankly, I know Google much better than Facebook. I can get people who are more the top people at a stage where I can really help them. So frankly, if I use Google, I'm more comfortable. That being said, the training, it's all about Facebook. So I said, I'll just start Facebook. So the coach actually told me, yes. And you probably, if you can run ads on Facebook and Google, you probably know why we do not say anything about Google. I said, yeah, because it's so complicated to set up. Google, if you make one mistake, you can be targeting people who are very, very, very unrelated. Facebook is more forgiving. Facebook, you can rely on the algorithm to do most of the targeting. So yeah, I use Facebook for only the only reason I use is because my coach, I'm enrolling in a training program. So this is a good thing when you pay people $7,000. You disagree with them, you still follow their instruction. Yeah, you pay a lot of money. I'm not paying you this amount of money to do it my way. I'm here to learn your way. After I learn to do your way, I know how to do it. I can change one or two things. Okay, so I'll read the question here in chat. I agree with Coach Ricky. The moment you exude a certain confidence due to having experience over time, it helps a freelancer to be able to charge higher. This happened to me. The more I gain experience, the more I become confident about the rate I offer to prospective clients. All right. So Olga, what is the rate that you are current? Just you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but just curious, what is the rate that you are charging and what would you like to be charging? What is the income that you have now in US dollar? Because everybody's from different part of the world. Vincent's from Singapore, I'm from Malaysia, Ricky's from United States. I
Canada,
know Olga, you're probably from Philippines.
Canada,
Sorry, I can't differentiate between
North
Canada and United
America.
States. Yeah, it's all North America to me. Okay, so Olga said it started at $5 per hour, but now I charge $15 per hour, right? So that actually it's a good answer. That's an hourly rate, but let's say how many hours do you work a week and that, yeah. Okay. So the reason why I'm mentioning that is because, and I always have reasons. Okay, it's because this is a guideline for anyone who is in freelancers. I put them into 5 categories. This is mostly based on my past, my own development, my own journey. So I started making zero a month, 0.50, 200, 0.50, $200 a month, which is not survival income in Malaysia, by the way. Okay, Ricky will be like, what 200? I can't even buy a meal 200. What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean over here the cost of living is a bit different. The average wage in Malaysia is $400 or $500, something like that. Okay. Okay. So here everybody will go through 4 stages. Stage 1, actually I should make it more clear. Stage 1, stage 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if you are making around this money, probably there will be a few things that we need to correct here. So that's the only reason why I asked, is because, hey, you'll probably find there will be some things that are holding you back, and this is how you identify where you are and what is the next thing you should be working on. Okay, so I'm reading the chat. Question to Coach Ricky: how do you balance your time as freelancer and working in the past at the same time? I'm not sure if Ricky was doing freelancing. He actually left his job to go full
Oh
time
yeah,
into freelancing.
I full time. Oh, I don't know if I'm called freelancing. Maybe independent consultant or something. Or what do you call it? I focus
Freelancing will
on.
be a more broad term. Technically, if it's an independent coach or consultant, it's also a freelance. But for your branding, you don't want to use the word freelance.
Okay.
Yeah, just for your
Yeah,
branding, you don't want to use that word. Yeah.
yeah, but I just focus on what I do. Find the client, do the work for them. I don't split my time, and it's very hard to split my time, because 8.5 hours is max already. It's like crazy, and I have 2 kids, so it's crazy. Like I try to come, always, but it's crazy that it's crazy tired, every day. I'm looking for ways to buy back time now. So,
Yeah. So Ricky have 2 full-time job, 2 kids. Actually, three full-time job, 2 kids and your job. So last time it was 2 kids and a job. Now it's 2 kids plus freelancing. So freelancing, in terms of time flexibility, do you have more time flexible currently compared to last time, or how is it like?
do I have free time?
Yeah,
What?
your time, your working hours, is it more flexible than before, or?
A little bit more, because the work he'll continue pass it to me, but um oh yeah, my client renew 4 more months, so
Okay.
same price. I didn't add increase price, but I asked him to get a testimonial. So
Okay.
and he is open to help me be a referent. So
Okay, just because you mentioned the word testimony, just asking, do you have the testimony template? Have I ever sent you that?
no,
Okay, I'll send you a testimony
I am
template.
creating the questions, and then I want to do it recording with him. But yeah, just don't have time. It's just
I'll
like, but I
I'll
have
send
to
you
do it
the
like within
testimony.
4 months
Yes,
because I finished the job for him, right? So
I'll send you the testimony template. This
okay,
testimony
cool.
template,
Thanks.
it's meant for people to be able to understand the work you did. Okay, actually, there are two purposes of this testimony. All right, two purposes. How do I show on camera? Number
Okay.
one is to reinforce the good feeling that this customer had with you or this client had with you. The way I structure the questions is to remind them of the work you did, to re-emphasize the value.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
before you met me, before I solve this problem, what is the situation you are in,
Okay.
and what did that cost you?
Mm.
After I solve it for you, now, last time it was hell, now it's heaven. So describe to me last time what is hell. I want you to describe. Then after that, I have my heaven. After I help you, what happened?
Mhm.
Okay. So it is number one. When you do this testimony, don't be surprised if people ask, want you to upsell them or want you
Okay.
to renew the contract. So this
Mhm.
testimony is designed for, number one, is to resell your client on the work you did. Number two,
Wow.
is for you to take this and send to anybody who is not the exact situation, but in a similar situation. They look at the video. The testimony is not going to be long, 3-5 minutes.
Mhm.
But that
Mhm.
3-5 minutes is able to tell them, hey, I was in this situation. It caused me so much problem until I met Ricky. Ricky helped me to solve this. So if you are in this situation, in this hell like me, this is what Ricky can help you to achieve. So
Mhm.
my testimony I have two. Now, so happened that this testimony I use a few times. So, but you will say, hey, Jay, I know it works for you. Does it work for other people? I gave Paul the same question testimony. He went on the client on a Zoom call.
Mhm.
That 2 hours, he tripled his price.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's Paul. It's not like he do a lot of training one-on-one with me, or it's not like he go to any very very expensive training in the last time. It's just nowadays he's doing.
High price, high ticket kind of training.
Yeah, actually he
Oh,
he
okay.
he thought he thought he got lucky. I said it's not lucky. I use this testimony to upsell people to get referrals. And I
Mhm.
haven't changed this template for I think 2 years. I haven't changed it because it works. Why am I going to change it? All right. So just
Mhm.
just drop me a message in Facebook just in case I forget. I'll send it to you. So if I can help you to do that, I'll be a very happy person.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Okay. Just remind me. I'm just afraid. I know myself well
To
enough.
to use your testimonial template. Yeah.
Yeah. Just remind me to send it to you. You will use your own
Oh, okay.
words.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Good.
remind me.
Yeah, yeah. It will help because that's my focus actually. To on top of my work, my free, you call it freelancing work, I have to get that because it will help my business grow, right? So yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
here it is always my goal because now I'm a bit lucky because I started a bit earlier. So when you started a bit earlier, you have a lot of things that work in the past. I can just pass it to you guys. Maybe you guys use 100%. Maybe you change one or two things and it's yours. You don't need to start from zero. Yeah. And the stuff that I copy and paste for you, most of the time it didn't come from me. Most of the time, I took it from other places. I combined what works into mine. However, this testimony, I actually wrote it myself. This is the rare situation where I did everything. Most of the time, it's not that way. All right, so just remind me because I'm just afraid I'm super focused here, so I can't. I'll forget. Just drop me a message. Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay.
most of the time, And I believe earlier this year when I spoke with Ricky, he was a bit struggling for time. Like he was having a bit of this. Hey, if I take on one person, I don't know how can I take on the second person. Okay.
Yeah. I start to know now.
So
You know why?
Okay, yeah, sure. Share. You want to hear?
Because there are people approach me for jobs. They want to work for me now. People.
Okay.
There's people. I think I have 4 people message me. Oh, do you have like freelancing job from like you can let me do it. I can help you, blah blah blah. Right. So I begin to feel I am the influencer in my niche.
So there are 2 ways to do this. One, it's hiring people to do the work. Okay. So personally, I did that last time. There was one time where I have my own agency. I had 4 virtual assistants. All happened to be from 3 from Philippines, 1 from Malaysia. Okay. Then I realized, actually, I don't like to manage people. Number 1, back then I wasn't good at managing people. Number 2, actually, I don't like to do it so much. Okay. But I found actually there's another way to do it. So you create something. I call it tool assist. So tool assist, it can be you have certain best practices. You compile it into a document, presentation, checklist, whatever it is. That will be the tool. It can be a Loom video. So I call it tool assist. What a tool does, it helps you to save the time, so you don't need to spend so much time on doing the deliverable. However, we can't do that until we know how to manage expectation. Tell your client, I'm going to do all of this, but nothing more than this. A lot of freelancers, when we get paid, just imagine today you get paid double what you are being paid. Suddenly you feel like, they treat me so well, I want to go and help them do things that I'm not supposed to do. So a lot of freelancers have that situation. So I have to recognize, like, why can't you get the second client? Oh, because it's already 6-8 hours. It's already 4 hours a day. I don't have more time. So I help them. There are 2 ways. One is tool assist. I prefer to do tool assist because I'm a tech person. Okay. However, the good news is the managing people kind of things, the communication also can learn. It's just that I'm naturally more inclined. I lean towards tech and automation.
I'm still, well, I think I am still not getting many clients. I'm getting people who want to work for me now, but I don't know why the ratio of attracting client is not as much as attracting people who want to work for me.
Okay.
Because maybe the things that I share is too technical. So
I'll have to actually look at the stuff and the reply to give you a very, very specific, because I don't want to rush an answer. Later I give you the wrong direction, then I feel very guilty.
No, take your time if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm still looking, well, it's like business, right? You never know what's next yet, right? But I am beginning to see, okay, I attract some people who want to work for me based on what I share. They think I will have the client, which they have confidence in me getting client, which I haven't.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here is where a little interview skill will help you a lot.
Little interview? What is that?
Interviewing others, the skill of interviewing.
Oh yeah, others. No, that's what the business advisor of Dragon 100 told me to. So that's the next thing to do, to
now I'll just declare I'm not in Dragon
to move
100.
the needle.
Right. I'll just declare I'm not in Dragon 100. The advice that I give happen to be the same. However, for you, I will suggest automation or tool assist. It will be the path of least resistance for you. Okay, now tool assist, automation, most people don't cover it because it's not something that they know. Most people are in their Oxford, Ruby, Sapphire, Perl. Tool assist, it requires a specific personality. I happen to be that type of person. So
Are you an Emerald? I thought you were
I'm actually
you are Ruby. You will be
I'm definitely not
Emerald
Sapphire.
Sapphire. Look.
I'm definitely not
No.
Sapphire. The public
Okay.
image is Sapphire, but
Mm.
Vincent can tell you
Public image.
the public image is here. But you can ask Vincent. I'm mainly Ruby and Emerald.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we are talking about is all these colors. So different personality, there are different colors. Just some context. If guys, don't worry if you don't understand all of this. Yeah, Vincent type in the chat. No way, Sapphire. No way. I don't have a sense of humor. All right.
I think you have some.
It's Emerald jokes. Other people won't be laughing.
Maybe I'm also Emerald. That's why I
Yes.
feel the jokes.
Yes. So it's my jokes are very niche. If you're not an introvert, you won't be laughing at the jokes that I make. It's very one type. Okay. I'll give Vincent the opportunity to ask you more questions because I prioritize
Sure.
helping him. Yeah. I believe Vincent have other questions to ask him. Ask you, sorry.
Okay, because going back to the question that I asked you in the chat earlier, because I'm in a full-time job. Yeah. So I'm also trying to start some at the moment I will consider as a side hustles. So I'm finding it very, very challenging to balance the time because I will travel to overseas as well, and the time zone difference, and sometimes I cannot attend some of the classes. So it becomes a very big problem for me sometimes to stay focused on my so-called side hustle. So that's why I want to check with you. Like I said earlier, what would you advise? You are in a 50-50 kind of situation at the moment.
So here's a little coaching. Sorry,
yes.
Ricky. Just here's a little coaching. When we ask questions, now the only reason I'm saying this is because I paid 7,000 to learn this, and I believe everybody can benefit for this. So Vincent, here's a little coaching. When we ask questions, we cannot assume the other person knows what we know. We have to give context. Okay. So here I help Vincent a little. Okay. So Vincent's situation, he's in Singapore. He's mainly in charge of sales. His region is Southeast Asia, so he have to take on the plane to visit countries. He have to visit the factory operator selling heavy machineries. Okay, so here is where you have to ask Ricky how much time you have available per day, per week. I like to say per day and per week. Why? Because a week people don't know if it you have this whole chunk or is it every day is 2 hours. So that will help other people give you better advice. Number one, how much time you have available. Number two, what is the income goal? Where do you want to go? Where are you currently at today? With all of this, with the full context, it's easier to give more accurate advice. Else, Ricky will be giving advice from his point of view, from his context. So when we ask people questions, give them the context. Allow them to help you. Okay? So Ricky, I pass the mic to you.
Hey, Vincent. So I would say you cannot really split your time. You will focus. You do one thing at a time, and you depends on what is more important to you. You ask yourself, is it your job or your freelancing? And then you think when to spend time on what. You don't control your time. Time management is not working for me. You control your focus and priority. So that's the suggestion I have. I only like I feel right now building business is more important. So when I work for my client, I also within I'm still charging client while I'm doing my business.
Guys, don't do that, by the way. Sorry, don't get caught doing that.
Yes, yes. Everybody do that. Come on.
Not everybody. Like frankly, I don't do that. So yeah.
Okay. Uh, well, if you're a coach, that only 1 hour or so, you cannot work with other, right? But I'm doing like full time with that person, right? So, well, sometimes I can go to lunch, right? I just spend an hour or two so my extra to work on my business and but anyway, so I when you when the things become more stable in your job or the work, I would spend some time on what you think is more focused, more important to you, like learning, right? Like we watch the recording from Jay or or other stuff learning, right? To me, it's learning, also building business.
Okay. So Vincent, what will the income goal be? So currently, here is a few numbers that will help Vicky give you some advice. Income from job, income from freelance. What is the current situation? Where do you want it to be?
For for the job income currently, I think it's in the range of 5,000 US dollar. Let's say so in the range. So the freelancing in terms of income is relatively low. I think it is in the range of less than 500 US dollar at the moment. So what's the goal now is to bring it up from at least for the freelancing or whatever the side hustles incomes got to match whatever that I am working as a job now, which is let's say 5,000, so that it is comfortable for me to to step up to the next level. That is what my goal at the moment.
But is your goal wanting to be a full-time freelancer?
Um, it is I would say why not?
Why?
If I can enjoy doing the freelancing job more, and I could have achieved more with that, then why not?
Okay. So the current job you're working for somebody, right? You feel, and for freelancing you're working for yourself. Is that how how you think?
Yeah. So at the moment I'm working in a corporate
Yes.
company. So freelancing allows me to have more time. I have more control. So that is why I think it is
Yes. And my advice to you is you don't quit your job until you have a lot of freelancing clients. You don't you have to have, unless you are rich, you can focus, dump your job and become full-time freelancer and struggle. It's okay because you're rich. But if you don't have the money, stay in your job because income is king. You don't struggle when you have money. And then as I said, you spend whatever time you got. Don't watch movie. Don't watch like TV. The time that you got left, do the freelancing, right? That's one of my suggestions.
Yep. So if I can summarize what Ricky mentioned, hey, if we are not making what we want, if our income goal is not there, frankly, we cannot afford the TV, we cannot afford the entertainment. So an arrangement of the priorities. Everybody got 24 hours. How we choose to spend it, we have to be a bit wise. Now, personally, I don't encourage, I don't suggest, I don't recommend people working on your freelance during your normal employment hours. I that is a bit like not so ethical. Okay, I don't do that. I don't recommend that. Okay, so now besides the working hours, because the boss has bought 8 hours a day, they bought the time. I believe they also bought the attention. So we have to give our full undivided attention. Unless there really is nothing for you to do, then okay, that's not so bad. Okay, so besides that, what are the other things that we are spending time? And deep down, you know this, you shouldn't be spending the time on. It might be hanging out with people you shouldn't be spending time with. It might, and because these people do not belong in your future, so why are we spending so much time with people that is not in our future? Number two, it's on entertainment. Okay, so besides the working hours, what are the things that we can remove away? So, Vincent, so small assignment for you. Do a weekly calendar. A weekly calendar. Just audit where did the time go. And once you're able to do that, you will be able to answer this question. Now, personally, here is where I'll admit my mistake. Okay? I'll publicly admit I'm not spending my time very well because one day I'm spending anywhere from 2 to 6 hours on YouTube or on computer games. Okay, so actually I can push much faster. Okay, so that being said, if there is something I know it needs to be done and there's like a deadline, then the number will come down from 6 all the way to 1 or 2. Okay, I believe 1 or 2 hours a day time for yourself is fine. But if it's more than that, then you need to catch yourself like, okay, what is the reason I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do? There are two solutions for this. Number one, get a coach. Doesn't have to be us. You probably can't afford us anyway. But go and get somebody who can hold you accountable. Preferably not your family. I find family, based on other people, seems like family is always have some trouble holding other people accountable. Friends, sometimes it works. I have friends who used to hold me accountable. Okay, now I'm undergoing coaching, so it's a bit different story. Okay, so if you realize you know what you need to do, but you have trouble actually doing it, you keep delay. I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. You keep procrastinating. Okay, that is where coaching can actually help. Okay, so that is the advice. I'll just read the chat here. Hello Jay. I'm aspiring virtual assistant, learning more tools and studying before I apply. Can you give me more tips on how to become an effective virtual assistant? All right. Okay, Lenny, the question. Good question. So let's see how we can make the question even better. So frankly, I don't like to use the word virtual assistant or freelancer because it's a bit too broad. And even in the days where I'm building website, now today, if I can use my knowledge today and revisit 2015, 2016, 17, I will not introduce myself as a website builder. Okay, now why do I say that? Ricky, observe, I'm giving you some example. Tool assist. Okay, so why I don't want to talk about the work I do. Okay, so virtual assistant, it's too broad. Freelancer is too broad. Hey, as long as you pay me whatever you want done, I will get it done. I don't like to use it this way. It's because you can't differentiate. Your customers cannot differentiate what is the difference between you and other freelancer and other virtual assistant or other graphic designer. So I don't like to do that a lot. Okay, I like to call outcome specialists. So let's say the work that you do. Okay, so in business, most of the time it's increase sales, increase revenue, improve customer satisfaction. One of these. Improve efficiency is one of these. So we have to tie what we do into an outcome. So for me, digital marketing is very simple. I can increase sales, I can increase leads, I can increase profit, I can increase revenue. Last time, when I don't know how to sell what I'm doing, I was running Facebook ads. I told other people, hey, you're spending $100 a day on Facebook. With me, because I run the ads a certain way, you don't need to spend 100, you can spend $50. I help you to save $50 a day. So you can see that's actually not very good because there's a limit to how much I can help people save. So nowadays, I don't talk about how much money I can help people save. I talk about how much revenue I help people to generate. And once I look into their digital marketing, most of the time I'm able to find where it needs to be improved. Then I get people to work on that. Most of the time I don't do the work, to be honest. And my clients know that, so it's no surprise. They know I'm not the one doing. I identify what needs to be improved, then I'll outsource. I'll give people direction. Hey, this part is not very good. I need to see very certain improvements, and I'll pass them a list. Hey, these are the things I want done. So that is like my skill set. Okay, so Ricky, if you're able to use a tool, you get back a lot of your time. Because here I'm able to show them, hey, you are in this situation, these are the things you want to work on. And it helps people get a lot of clarity. Yeah. And actually, I didn't spend so much time on this.
Yeah, creating tool. To me, I don't know why. That sometimes I feel I'm not an AMRO anymore because
oh my God,
creating tool is not
what I wanted happened?
to do. But I could focus and get the tool done too. So if it is only necessary, right? So I have to see the point.
What happened to Ricky? What happened?
That's why I have to understand the why, right? Like it's like,
yes.
Oh, I'm a sapphire now, shit, right? So
okay, if you're Sapphire, then we'll be ending our
then I'm not your client, right? you hate those Sapphire.
Yeah, I won't say the word hate. I get annoyed very easily by them, and frankly, it's my problem. It's not their problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's my problem. It's not their problem. All right. So, yeah. So if we want to be a more effective virtual assistant, want to be a more higher paid virtual assistant, first we identify which stage are we. Okay. Is it I don't know how to communicate what I'm doing, or is it I'm too focused on deliverables? Most of the time, it's because we dare not specialize, and I use the word dare not because you want to be able to sell to a lot of people. You're so afraid if I stop doing you're able to do 5 things. If I stop doing this one thing, you are so afraid nobody's going to pay you for other things. Okay, it's more of a fear, it's more of a confidence thing. I used to think that way as well. I thought if I stopped telling people I can build websites, nobody's going to pay me any money. Okay, so these are all things that we have to learn how to recognize and overcome. Okay, and that is why now here's the advertisement time, and that is why there's the opportunity to join us. Okay, for our monthly. So one of the benefits of joining us is during these live sessions, I give priority for you to ask questions to our guests. Okay, so that's during the Saturday, and during every Wednesday there will be live training every week. I focus on digital marketing. I focus on being effective freelancer. Okay, and for VIP package, they'll be meeting with me one-on-one. Now it's like a group setting. We are meeting one-to-many. Okay, but those are the coaching I do. It's mainly based on how I can help everybody to raise your income. And I have many ways to raise your income that doesn't involve selling. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. Let's see if there are any final questions that I'll pick up. Okay, usually we hang out 1 hour. I'll just wait for chat to see if there's any closing question. Vincent, any closing questions? I give you the priority once again. Vincent said, Jay haven't treated me so well in so many years.
This is the first time he asked me to ask so many questions. but I think that is a thank you, Ricky, and thank you, Jay, for the suggestions. I think I will have to work on the spare time because currently I think the problem is still down to myself, is being not disciplined enough to handle the some of the time that I have left over after my work.
Okay, so I don't see new questions from chat. So everybody, thanks for attending. We have these live sessions. It's free every Saturday. You have any freelance related questions? How to get more clients? How to get paid more for the work that you do? How to be able to negotiate to work less hours? Questions like this is the place to ask them. All right. Also, if you haven't already, we have a free Facebook group. I'll send an email to invite you to join our Facebook group. You can ask me questions there. Okay. So these are resources that is available to the public. Okay. So thanks for coming. I'll see everybody next week. Bye bye.
Thank you.